right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. What's up, everyone? My name is Jordan. I am with Community, and we're super excited to be interviewing Timothy today, who has recently released a book. Timothy, thanks for being here. Super
Thanks for
excited
having
to have
me.
you, of course. Timothy is a well-known person right here in San Jose, great member of the community, has been out and about, and super excited for you to now be launching your first novel, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, so it's called Star Empress Trine, The Search for Unity. And it's a science fiction fantasy novel. It takes place 1,000 years in the future on Earth. This alien force took over the planet, and the three main characters, they're all aliens as well, and they come to Earth to help liberate the planet. So they're to inspire people and like help people find their own powers.
I love that. That's
Mm.
so fun. Have you
Yeah.
always been into sci-fi type stuff?
Yes, so I love like Star Trek, Star Wars. I love anime, like Sailor Moon, which is one of the biggest inspirations for the book.
Yeah.
The Matrix. You'll see a lot of different inspirations, like Dune, things like that.
Yeah. You have it, right?
Yes,
Let's
yes,
pull
yes,
it
yes.
up. Show the cover. Let's
Yes.
see. Very fancy. I love
And this
that.
is the first volume. So yeah, each volume focuses on a different main character. So this is the first one that's coming out called Freedom.
Okay, and
Yeah.
who's the main character in this one?
Her name is Leandra, and she's from the planet Yana, and she has wind powers.
Wind
Yes.
powers.
Mhm.
Awesome. She's beautiful. I love
Yeah,
that.
Thank you.
And who else came into, or what's the process of writing a book? Are you doing
Yeah.
it solo? What is it?
Yeah, so I started like about 20 years ago. The idea was, born between me and some of my friends. One of them happened to be my best friend, Dexter. And the process, like at first I was gonna make it a video game, which is what we were working on. And then we didn't get the funding for that. So I pivoted to just finishing the book, make that popular, show the world what it is. And then I think we'd have an easier time. I still wanna make a game later on because I went to school for that. But the process was just me learning how to, become better at writing. Like because I was passionate about it, I made the effort to learn how to get better, how to do editing. All the stuff that I wasn't as interested in before, I became interested in it because I wanted to finish this book because I had a vision for it.
That's so cool that all your little elements have now turned into this one journey that is just beginning, because you said you wanted to be a video game?
Yeah, that was the original idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to school for video game programming and computer science, so I still love that stuff, but it's better, it's gonna be easier now that it's a full story, everything's written out and plotted out, so now I just have to program that, and that'll be later.
Yeah. Good, multiple journeys down the line. All right, so tell me a little bit about your history and your journey in being an author.
So, like my history, I'm originally from Montana. I grew up in California. My dad got a job at NASA, so we moved here from Montana when I was a kid. I was born on a reservation, so I'm a tribal member. Very proud to be, Native American tribal member.
Yeah.
And then, like growing up, my dad got us interested in things like Star Trek, so like that's the thing I was really interested in. I did a very transformational course when I was like 19 years old. And I knew that I wanted to put something good into the world, because I felt like, I have a different sense of purpose in life. Like I want to do good in the world. I want to feel like I made a difference in the world.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring my art, like my creative talents, like into doing that. And when I was a kid, I was always into writing. I'd write short stories and like bring them to school and stuff, and then read them. And my teachers would be like, "Oh, what is this?" And they'd say I wrote like a whole little mini novel and stuff. So I was always into writing and doing stuff like that. Any kind of creative outlet, like that's usually what I'm really, I want to bring that to life and have that be how I make my money in life, is just doing my creative passions.
Yeah, that's so great. I love that. It's so fun to be creative in so many different ways and expressing your outlets and your art and your creative freedom in there. And you have sky's the limit. You can keep on going, and so good that you are now sharing it with the community and whoever will read it.
Yes.
It's so fun.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like queer elements into the story. She's the main character is a queer character. A lot of other characters are queer as well, and I wanted to be able to bring it to life and like just show people first and foremost that these are people. It's not we don't focus so much on the fact that they're queer. They are, but it's just about them as people, you know, and they happen to be queer people as well.
That's so great. I love that that's kind of becoming a thing, because I'm not sure if you're familiar with Schitt's Creek, but like everyone is, right? But yeah, the way that Dan Levy talks about like, this character is a queer person, but that part of the storyline is only like an uplifting part of it, like him being in this little butthole town with nobody is just so amazing. So I love that it's like nonchalantly there, but it's there, and be here and queer and proud.
Yeah, because I want to, you know, normalize queer existence, and also there aren't a lot of, I mean, there are some, you know, queer like superhero characters, but you don't see a lot of mainstream queer characters that are superheroes, and I want us to be able to see ourselves as superheroes as well. You know, I love like Marvel and those kind of superheroes and stuff, but I know they have some queer characters, but they're not as well known. So I wanted to like showcase us that we are also powerful. You know, like we're also flawed. You know, the main character in the book, she goes through a lot of her own flaws. She looks into her past and mistakes that she's made. So she's not just like a Mary Sue. I don't know if you heard that term, where they're just like super powerful and they're like perfect. Like all the characters go through a lot of character growth, and like you find out about their history and stuff. So I wanted to bring that human element into the story. I really put my life into the story.
Is it, I mean, not based on your factual life, obviously, saying how this
some parts are.
Oh yeah?
There's one part, it's probably going to be the part that people wouldn't think is part of my real life, but some supernatural stuff that I put into that story was like experiences I've had in my own life. And so it's crazy how like writing the book, I wrote some of that stuff in there, and then stuff happened in my real life, and I was like, oh wow, I can actually just put this into the book, but you know, with my own creative twist. And a lot of the things that happen to the main character, Leandra, are things that have like actually happened in my real life, or like mental, like my own mental health issues, things that I've dealt with. She goes through it too, you know, and me writing that was so therapeutic for me, and like reading it and then sharing it with people, like I cry every single time like I watch it, because I'm just like, it's very real for me, you know, and I want people to be able to relate to the characters.
Totally. Now when you say watch it, what do you mean?
So it's a YouTube series too. I'm in the middle of having my voice actress finish all the voice narration. But originally I used AI for the voice, but now I'm replacing it with her narration, because I wanted like a real human being, you know, doing it. So it's going to be available. Some of it's already available on YouTube, but probably in about another month or so, it'll be all available on YouTube. Well, not everything, but most of the beginning you can watch online.
And I know you've had viewing parties with that. How has your friends and community's reaction to this been towards you?
It's been so amazing. It's like I said, like it brings me to tears sometimes, you know, to see people that I care about, you know, come and watch it, and I could tell they're actually really enjoying it. You know, like I had watch parties for the whole entire book, which is 27 chapters. And it was just cool to see, like, a lot of people definitely showed up in the beginning and they're interested, and then to see the people that made it till the end, you know, watching the finale together, like, it's an unbelievable experience. You know, it's kind of indescribable to see, you know, people coming together for something creative and fun, you know, but it still touches home, like seeing other people like tearing up at certain parts, like my aunt related to one of the characters with her relationship with her father. I wrote stuff about like my dad's death when I was 13. He passed away, so I put that into the book, you know, and then to see my aunt relate to it as well, like it made her think about her relationship with her father. I was like, it's the best feeling, you know, to know that art is actually touching someone and like they actually internalize what it is.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
that makes me happy to see that.
It should. That is very good.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this book, you said 27 chapters. What are some of the themes that we'll see along the way?
So definitely, I think as queer people, especially the whole thing about the family that you create yourself. I forgot what that term is exactly.
Like a chosen family.
Chosen family, yeah. So that's a huge part of it, because that's all the characters come together in their own ways. None of them are really like, related as far as blood or anything, but you really get the sense of that they're working together, you know, and in the real ways that we do in real life, how we come together in different ways, you know. So that's a big part of it, chosen family, and then just, you know, queer themes about queer love and how that shows up in different ways, like how we build relationships together. It's not always the same as, you know, heterosexual people. It's just different. And then also, like the book title says, freedom. So it's really about freedom and how each person finds freedom in their own way. Like for the main character, her freedom isn't just about fighting other people, it's about her own internal struggle and letting go of things from the past and forgiving herself. That's how she really gains freedom. And then she happens to help save the world too, you know?
I mean, what can she do?
You know, just kind of comes together.
Yes.
So that definitely that, you know, love, transformation, how people grow, you know, and like things don't end how you think they're gonna end. And then I think the other big theme is also in the title, unity, and what that looks like. You know, it's not everyone's gonna be the same, but it's like how do people come together while being themselves, their own unique selves. And that's the big part of the theme too, which I'm sure a lot of queer people can relate
Totally,
to.
yeah, no, it's such a, I mean, a unique superpower in itself to be a queer person, because we have so much shit that we go through.
Yeah.
But I mean, being able to like code switch, for instance. I just was recently on a podcast and we talked about that, how queer people really do have to adapt to different things and maneuver, and it's a different world out there, obviously, for us. And it's unfortunate, but it's so great that representation is out there and forever growing. I mean, when we were kids, I mean,
Yeah.
it was much different than it is now. So thankfully the world is being more progressive and seeing that positivity shine. And it's great that people like you are out there pushing and paving the way. So we
Thank
love
you.
that.
Yes.
Of course. All right, so this is a big task. Did you do it all yourself? I know you had mentioned you had a friend that helped you out with it.
Yes, so I definitely didn't do it by myself. There was many people along the way that some of them fell off, you know, just didn't work out. That I would have liked to have brought to the end, but not everyone chose to stay to the end, which is fine. But my best friend, Dexter, we've been best friends since 5th grade. Also queer person like me, and so, you know, it's just really great to create a story together. You know, I'm the one that's writing it, but we collaborated on it, and he also loves Sailor Moon. That's how we became best friends, because we both love Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
So it's nice to collaborate with somebody that he has a really strong vision too. And the second volume is about his character, Annie. And I love like learning from him, like what he really wants and bringing his vision to life. That to me is exciting.
Yeah.
Because I want to get a different perspective. You know, like his characters, you know, they go through a much different kind of journey and story. You know, similar in some ways, but it's his own unique vision, which I love.
Yeah.
Because it's not mine, you know,
Yeah.
and so I'm like learning so much. I'm learning so much about him, going through this process of collaborating together. And it's nice to like work on something with your best friend. You know what I mean? I mean, as long as you can work together. Not everyone works well together, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's so cool that even knowing him since being 5, like finding new things out about them as you're doing is so cool. Because you know, we all think we know someone until you do something incredibly close with them, like this, which is you're pouring your heart and soul into it, and you'll definitely learn a few things along the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
Well, since 5th grade, we weren't 5.
Oh,
yeah,
5.
Yeah,
Wrong 5. Whatever.
There
Same
was a
thing.
5 in there.
Yeah. Same thing. All right. So characters. I'm sure there are quite a bit in this book. How did we develop the process? Walk me through the steps of how it worked.
Yeah. So part of it is like I used some archetypes like zodiac signs. You know, like I gave them most of them a zodiac sign just to kind of help me kind of formulate how I see that person. You know, like so she's a Gemini, I'm a Gemini. You know, so like she's a very intellectual person, which I always see a lot of Geminis too. But that's kind of the first step. But then going deeper, like I'll kind of base it on a person in my real life and take certain elements from them, like. From my mom, I took certain elements, things from like my brother, my best friend, people in my life, and like my one character is based on my sister, and then I use that, and I kind of it's just my own perception of them, of course. You know, it's like if they made their own character, I'm sure they would do something different.
Yeah.
But so that's how I do it. It's like how I see that person, and I want to bring that person to life. You know, and I still want them to grow and stuff like that too. So I try to put myself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Is how I do it. I don't want them to seem like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I really want it to feel like this is a different person. So I do that, and even with even smaller characters, I'll usually come up with some kind of backstory. Like I don't put all that into the novel itself, but I'll have something for myself. So I know like, okay, this is what's motivating this person. And then when I worked with an editor, she was really great, and she gave me some work to do, like questions to ask about each character. Like, do they get what they need? Do they get what they want? So it had me like think about what does this person actually need versus maybe what they want in the moment, and do they get what they need? So doing all that, like that work really, I think helped a lot.
Yeah.
Like to make them feel like real people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting process. I've never written a book or thought about it, so I don't know all the elements that go beyond it. But it sounds like it is a lot of steps, but very rewarding in the end.
Yeah, because it's also just about understanding people.
Yeah.
You know, like it's helped me, like I'll listen to different people's things, like what they've created, and I get a different sense of how they think, you know, and how they see people. It's actually helped me, I think, be more interested in people and like learning about more of the depth of like who people really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're good at, because you'll like remember things I've told you from a year ago that I don't even remember, but you're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
You're very good at that, intuitive, which probably makes the storytelling process a lot, I mean, as you've grown, a lot easier to build these characters out and find it all.
Yeah, like it's helped me understand my mom a lot better. Like I didn't realize it at first, but then when I went back and watched certain parts, I was like, oh my God, that's my mom. Like that's me putting how I see my mom into this character. There's one character in particular named Rose, and I see some of the struggles maybe that I had in my relationship with her when I was younger. You know, just being a kid and you know, growing up and stuff, and it helped me understand her better, like through putting that into the character. Like I just watched it, I was like, oh my God, like I just started bawling, I think, and I was like, this is my mom, like this is how I see her. But also I saw the compassion that I have for my mom, you know, and the compassion that I put into that character. And I hope it helps people understand people in general better, because each character has a different archetype and growth and stuff like that. So I hope people get a better understanding of the people in their lives, you know, through reading a book. So I want to make it fun and interesting, but still like something personal that people could take away.
Totally, yeah. And I love that whenever you watch a show or read a book or do anything and you find that character that you resonate with and you're like, damn, this is me, this is speaking to me. And I'm sure with all those characters in there, someone's definitely going to find them in there.
I hope so. Yeah.
So how did you draw inspiration from this? What in the world made you, that was a horrible thing, right?
No, I get what you're saying. What inspired me, right?
What inspired you to make this book?
Like I said, when I had my own personal transformation that I did, like 19 years old, I did this course, and it was very transformational for me. But it was also really inspired by things like Sailor Moon. You know, it's literally about transformation and saving the planet and girl power. You know what I mean? Like, I like to see people who aren't always seen as like superheroes, like I said before, put in that position where they, you know, could do something big for the world. So Sailor Moon was big. The Matrix was big. I like Dune, Star Trek. I really love that. I love the element of just being in the future. What would that be like? And you know, getting into the nitty gritty of like not just the technology, but like how people live in the future, how they communicate and relate to each other. And then Star Wars is really big. I used to always, you know, go to Star Wars anytime there's a new Star Wars movie. I probably still gonna keep doing that. Yeah, I like Star Wars a lot. Yeah. There was a movie called, oh God, I forgot what it's called. It has Claire Danes in it. She like lands on Earth as a star. I forgot the name of it. Oh shoot! But that's when you read the first chapter, you'll see where the inspiration came from. Because Leandra lands on Earth like as a shooting star. So those are some of the things. Yeah, a lot of anime. I liked a lot of like Japanese. I love Japanese culture. A lot of like besides Sailor Moon, there's like Ranma, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I liked Dragon Ball, like a lot of the stuff people know. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Now I see her. This is the main character on your shirt, correct?
Yes.
Are you the artist?
Well, this is 3D generated. So the way that I did the art is I start off mostly with like drawings and stuff. We did a lot of drawings, and then we had concept artists do it. And then I also did a lot of 3D models because I was really, it was going to be a game. So I did a lot of that. And then I used all that to help me like to generate it with AI. Yeah.
Love that.
Yes.
So fun. And is this outfit, like is that teal, I guess?
Yeah, it's usually green, like shades of green.
Okay, yeah.
This is when she goes through a phase. She becomes the Ice Queen.
Okay, I was going to say, it looks like watery or frozen compared to,
it was different than this one. So this is like a different persona that she takes on.
Okay.
Yeah. And she can make a sword out of ice. Yes.
I love that.
This is my favorite chapter. One of them.
Oh, well, that leads me to another great point.
Yeah.
Like, so you said there's 27 chapters, so that one is your favorite then?
Yeah, because it's about her. So it's about me.
Yeah.
And that was a really dark time in my life. So I fully put that into the book. I wasn't going to hold back.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad I did it that way because I want people to really relate to it, like especially when you go through a lot of mental struggles, like struggling in life when things are not easy, especially in today's world, you know, it's not easy. And that's what she goes through, and she learns how to free herself. And she still has her friends there and stuff too, but she ultimately she learns how to love herself, which is when I read that section or I watch it, like I cry almost every single time because it's like it's a very real moment for me in life, like learning how to fully love myself, accept myself, and it's still an ongoing thing.
Of course, yeah, like, we're never done.
We're never done, you know.
Yeah.
But when I go back and watch it, it just reminds me of the growth that I've had in my life. It like reminds me to love myself on a very real level. You know, it's not like superficial, corny.
Yeah.
Like she really goes through it. So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's so fun that, or I don't know, fun's obviously not the proper term, but it's so amazing how like therapeutic things can be for us. So like writing, music, art, like there's so many creative outlets that allow us to really express ourselves and then have it be seen and read by everyone. It's just so great.
That's probably part of the best part is being able to like have all these watch parties and people come to me and like talk about the characters and I'm just like, oh, this is so great.
Yes. And also opens you up to such a vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, seeing these characters in these traumatic scenarios that are based off of real life things. Do you feel any sort of way? Do you get nervous when people do watch it and then you're like, that's about me. What are they gonna act? How are they gonna interpret it?
Totally like clenched up when I watch it. I'm like, well, they better like it.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of emotions, you know, especially like when I had some family members watch it too. I was like really like, oh, I hope they like it, you know. I mean, I hope everybody likes it, but my emotions were very definitely heightened watching it together with other people. Like, I'm just like super present, or maybe I'm in my head, I don't know, but I'm like paying attention to every little thing kind of, but I also know like, I know that my nerves are heightened, but it's also exciting. Like I'm excited, because those moments are very real. And there's some moments where like, oh God, you know, I don't know. Like my stepdad watched the chapter I was just talking about, when she really goes through it. And then he told me that he really feels like he understands me better. You know, he's like, oh, you must have really been going through it at that time. I was like, yes, I was.
Yes.
And so that was very, I felt very vulnerable. Very like naked. So I was like, you know, I had written that so long ago, and then it finally, you know, I was finally sharing it with people. It's, you know, so different than what I thought it was gonna be like, and then when that time actually comes to actually reveal it, I was like, oh shit, like, excuse me, I'm sorry.
No,
Shoot.
it's all right.
I was like, I did feel like naked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was great. I had a really great moment with my stepdad, you know?
Yeah.
He was like, give me a really good hug, and he was like, oh, I'm so proud of you. I was like, oh, thank you. So I'm glad I got to share that.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that. It's gonna continue too. They're all gonna come to you and just say, congrats, and you did it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We are at, one of the most memorable scenes. Did we touch on that? Is that, or is there a different answer?
I could give a different answer.
All right, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of already one of the scenes, yes. The most when she learns how to love herself. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
You can read it. But also, I put like animal characters into it too, because I love animals. I think we can learn a lot from animals. We are animals, you know, we're part of the animal kingdom. And there's a part where there's a whale that's like a highly evolved whale, and it can like see through you like telepathically. So it helps one of the characters heal. And that's one of my favorite parts. I even drew it into a painting, so you can go to my Instagram page, you'll see it. And I'm never into painting before in my whole life. My friend hosted like a paint party, so I just had the vision in my head. I was like, I want to make this into a painting, and I did it like super fast, like in a few hours. Because I was so inspired, you know, because I love animals. I love whales. Like whales are so freaking cool. You know?
Yeah.
They're so intelligent. They're also very empathic. So that's why I made them that way in the book too. Like they can like see right through you and like get to the heart of the matter.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's deep.
I know.
Wow,
I
deep
know.
like the ocean where the whales live.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so what do you think, or what do you want people to take away from this? What are they going to resonate with after this, after reading the book?
I want people to feel seen, you know, to feel like there's so much more to the world and that we can come together just being our weird, unique, quirky selves. You don't have to be anything but yourself. And that growth can also be fun and exciting. You know, transformation can be fun, exciting. There's a lot of creative ways to express it. And expressing yourself is worth it because you could really make a difference in somebody else's life just by being yourself.
Totally, yes.
Yeah.
And we need more of that in the world.
Yeah.
You never know. I always say it takes a molecule to make a waterfall, and when your little drop has to continuously evolve and grow, and you never know who's watching, and someone you're gonna make a difference in someone's life, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. This is why I was so inspired by Sailor Moon. I never forgot it, you know, and just the message of like love and justice that never left me. So I hope to have the same thing with this book, that people are left with something positive.
Good.
Yeah.
I love that. And they're going to, I know.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Timothy, for taking the time to
Thank
chat with
you.
us. Why don't you tell everyone when and where your book is going to be sold and when it's been released?
Yes, so it's the printed version's already available, the ebook's already available on StarEmpressTrine.com. And the audiobook should be available by the end of May. We're working on it. Yeah, so it'll be out pretty soon.
Perfect. How exciting. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Of
Appreciate it.
course.